So there was an assassination attempt yesterday. Let's talk about it. Hey guys, it's John out here on the back deck. I try not to get very political on my channel, and just the other day I did a video on, why I vote. I vote to create a more loving world, basically. Society and the fears and the anxieties of the political season are really getting kind of crazy. You know, when you go back, Gabby Giffords was shot because of her being a Democrat. You got Steve Scalise was shot because he was a Republican, right? John F. Kennedy was shot. He was a Democrat. Ronald Reagan was shot. He was a Republican. You can go on and you could talk about all of the reasons why. January 6th happened because of violent rhetoric that ignited a crowd. Yesterday, watching the news of this attempted assassination attack, if you looked at the crowd, there was one man who just kept looking in the camera, repeatedly giving him a finger. But I would say it's not the fault of one side or the other. I would say that you looking at the world from the perspective of, screw all you who don't think like I do, then you're literally in fear. You're in fear of losing your truth, your belief, your ideology. People think differently. Unfortunately, right now, in the religious space, they're trying to decide how people should live based on religion, even though our country is in no way, shape, or form based upon being a Christian country. The actual framers of the Constitution were very specific not to put God in the text. All of the stuff that you hear about, God Save America and all that stuff, that was from the 1940s and 50s. That had nothing to do with 1700s. And our country is a major melting pot of cultures. We have Hispanics and Jews, and we have African Americans. We have Hindu. We have Muslims. We have all together as one. These chosen ideologies that have decided that the rest of you are wrong, and I need to be mad about you, is now the religion of politics. I am this, I am that. People, there was a time when I was calling out the things that the last administration was doing as fear-based and angry and harmful to people. And people automatically assumed that I was coming at it because I'm a Democrat. It wasn't because I was a Democrat. It was because it wasn't loving. It was fearful. It was harmful. It was hurting people in a major way. If I don't come out and say something about the harmful, hateful rhetoric on both sides, I'm not doing my job of trying to create a better world. Everybody should stop talking about the harmful, hateful, terrible things that the other side is doing. The reality of it is everything that we talk about. The economy is never the responsibility of a particular party, although you can find correlations as to why certain things happened. But it's also always years behind. It's the markets are following the trends, but the trends are coming from experience and from the time that has passed. We tend to say, my loaf of bread costs more now, so this person who's in charge is at fault. Well, it could have been 3 presidents ago that did the thing that started the rise to make the bread go up. So we need to stop thinking about the us and them and start thinking about the us, all of us together as one. We can't be constantly saying you're all horrible I tell this story about the lady who came right here in my backyard and told me she set her neighbor's Joe Biden sign on fire. My response was, I like you, so we're not going to talk about politics. And I never had a problem with her again. We all need to do that. We all need to bring the temperature down and have substantive conversation about moving the world forward as opposed to just saying we have to stop them from doing whatever they want. Yeah. The country is designed to be a collaboration. The world is designed to be a collaboration. The universe is designed to be a collaboration. Everything that we experience is in a collective consciousness. The key is to create harmony within the collective consciousness. The first thing you have to do to create that harmony is listen. Simply listen what the problems are. I have a saying that I like. Bitching without offering solutions is just bitching. All I'm hearing from both sides right now is just bitching, but lean into solutions. What can we do? What can we do to help one another? What can we do to help each other? What can we do to make each other feel better? I honestly think one of the greatest things we could do in this world is get rid of all religion. That's my opinion. But I know religious people who are beautiful and loving and caring, and they have their ideologies too. But when they just, there are back in the day in the early abortion fights, you know, people were bombing abortion clinics to kill doctors so they wouldn't do abortions. These violent tendencies based upon ideologies has got to stop. We have to take the world and create it. How do we do it? I'm not just bitching. I am actually offering solutions. Go outside. Go find somebody who doesn't think like you do and talk to them. Listen to them. Hear what they have to say. Tell them your point of view. Tell them that you respect their point of view. Tell them this is what that you think would help. What do they think that would help? And listen to what they're saying. See if you can find a way that you two can come together in the middle ground. Because if two of us can come together in the middle ground, then we can create another person in that same circle. We can create the entire place. That is the solution to this. It doesn't happen in Washington. It happens on the streets of the world, talking to people, finding out how we can come to an agreement on things. Rather than saying you're just wrong and I'm not going to let you do what you say you want to do. Just start talking to people. Show people that you can be loving. Be the change you want to see in the world. And a change you really want to see in the world is everyone working together. Well, it doesn't happen until somebody starts working with someone. And somebody has to make that choice. And if you're the one who's aware that you're writing your story and they're the one who's not, then they're going to become a character in your story. So make your story loving and caring and listening. And what will eventually happen is they'll start to buy into the story. And then they'll start to go, oh, and they'll start to have a new ideology. The ideology might even just start with, I like this person. They don't think like I do, but they're a good person. I like them. That's how we change the world. We change the world by being the world we want to live in. And not looking at the other side as evil or bad or struggling with it. I'm not a fan of Donald Trump at all. I don't wish him any ill will. I don't think he's the person that can bring my son a loving world. I think he's already proven that he creates turmoil and chaos and violence. That's my opinion. Somebody else sees him as the savior of babies. I don't think he sees himself that way because I think he is very much a different kind of thinking person. But I don't hate him. I don't like his policies or ideologies. But I'm not going to want him to be shot. I remember years ago I told somebody I was voting for someone, and they told me, the best thing that could happen to him is a bullet in his head because that person didn't have the same politics as I did. How does that help anything? Gandhi once said, an eye for an eye will make the whole world blind. And that's what's happening right now. We're doing an eye for an eye, and the whole world is becoming blind because our eyes can only see what we decide is right. And we don't, in any way, shape, or form, lean out to reach a hand out and say, what do you believe? Not being open enough to hear another person's point of view, just saying my way is the only way. You know, just like spirituality, your life experience is your personal choice. The world you live in is your personal choice, but you've got to make the personal choice. And that's important. So rather than get mad and angry or sad about the thing that happened yesterday with Donald Trump getting shot at and that person dying in the audience and that other person dying who was shooting the rifle and the two people who were injured, rather than focusing on that, let's focus on creating a world where things like that don't happen. Let's focus on not saving the world, but making our part of the world so bright that the world chooses to save itself around us because of our example. Let's just be the example. Let's go out there and show the world that it can be loving and we can have a civil discourse about anything. And that's how we change the world. So that's my thought on this. And I wanted to hop on and make this video because I think it's important that not only do I come on and talk about it, but that I offer a solution. Because the solution is where we change the world. And that's my thought on this. You guys have a great day. And I'll talk to you soon. See you. Bye.